Shalom.
Shalom.
Brothers from the GMS London camp, GMS London Yaakov channel. First and foremost, give all praises, glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who teach and rule well.
That's right.
Rock a thumb to the holy elect, man. Akim ran the four winds, man. You know, hot topic, breaking news. Trump got his big mouth into some shit storms like right now, man. He's got himself into another situation that he can't get out of, man. Now, you know, them chess pieces of war are being pushed, man. And it's almost going to be checkmate for America, man. You know? But that cauldron of war is kicking off beautifully, man. You know, Trump declared war on Syria and all that, man. Missile strikes and all that. And that's all in the scriptures. That's all part of prophecy, man. World War III is going to take place, man. Whether you people out here want to believe it or not, World War III is going to take place, man. And America's going to be destroyed because that place is Babylon the Great. It's all part of prophecy, man. Let's get straight into it. Revelation 11:14. And these people out here, you people are going to be the wars, the casualties. You're going to be the casualties of war. If you're out here lollygagging, shopping, and Trump just declared war on Syria, man. You people are still in sleep mode, man. When all hell breaks loose, the economy crashes and they declare World War III, you people are going to be out here. You people are going to be the dung on the streets, man. You're going to be dust piles of bodies everywhere with blood gushing, man. All of you, you're going to get filleted by missiles, man. Let's get into it.
Revelations chapter 11 and verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Yeah, man, the third woe cometh quickly. Now, the Bible deals with historical facts, man. Historical events that happened chronologically, man. You know, from different kingdoms, empires that ruled. Starting off with the Assyrians, to the Babylonians, to the Persians and the Medes, to the Greeks, to the Romans. It even names, man, in the Apocrypha, man. You know, so-called great leaders, that Edomite leaders that ruled, man. Alexander the Great, Antiochus IV, Epiphanes, all these different Herod the Great, Herod the Edomite. You know, all these so-called leaders in the ancient world, they're mentioned in the scriptures, man. Even up to modern day today. But you people still want to downplay the Bible and act like that ain't the word of the Lord and it's not factual, man. Like it's some fairy tale. But the scriptures just told you one woe is past, two woes cometh quickly in Revelation the 9th chapter, and it said in Revelation the 11th chapter, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, man. What does the word woe mean? It means destruction, man. War. Great destruction, man. Mass death. You know?
Psalms 10 and 5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them.
Yeah, that's Esau, man. That's that proud devil. Because when Trump made that announcement about Syria, you saw the eagle was in the back on the right hand side. That eagle represents talking about in Obadiah. You know, lift up your exalt yourself as high as the eagle. You know, set your nest upon the stars. Your satellites, your satellite dishes and all that. And all these different things, your space programs that you're trying to build up, the space war machines that you're trying to build, you try and fight the Lord when he comes, man. That's that pride, man. That technology, the AI, artificial intelligence that Esau has, man. You know, studying algorithms and shit. That's that pride, man. That pride's gonna get you destroyed, though. What does the scripture say? Pride goeth before a great fall, man. So when he did that, declared war on Syria, you know, being the big bad wolf that he thinks he is, it really is down to the international bankers. Because that's just all the abkeo, because they're trying to declare their new world order, man. So they have to get things cracking. It wasn't such a coincidence that it was Friday the 13th, in the middle of the fucking night, that these motherfuckers started shooting 100 missiles on Syria, man, on innocent people, man. You know they just killed a whole bunch of innocent people as well.
Innocent bystanders.
They didn't kill no insurgents, no military groups. All they did is kill babies and women, man, children, man. You know, shellings and all that, man.
Not for you then, bro.
That's what Esau's known for. Always hitting the wrong targets, man. I don't even know Esau ever hit the right target, man.
Yeah, so men are friendly fighters. There was a problem with the targeting system. Man took their own unit out.
Misfires and all that, man.
With collateral damage.
Yeah, collateral damage.
That's some demonic shit, man. How are you getting away with that?
Esau always does that shit, man. He enlarges his desires hell. But this time, the shit's gonna catch him in the snare. Because all these nations that are with or back in America right now, you know, France and England, they're gonna come back and bite America in the arse, man, once it's all said and done, because everyone's gonna turn their back on America, man, like America's always turned their back on all the other nations, man. They like to use and abuse the other nations. When it's gonna come to that time, they're gonna use and abuse them, and they destroy their asses with them nuclear missiles. Revelation 17 and 16, man. You know? Any other scriptures, brothers? Job, more scriptures, Joel 2,
All that, fam. All them things there.
because that nuclear war is going to pop off and it's going to be a fervent heat, man, that's going to encaps the globe. But mainly America, man, that's going to be turned into a big desert, man. A big memorial of how not to rule on the earth. You know? Go on, man.
Revelation 17 and verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast.
What does the 10 horns represent? Represents NATO and the EU. The beast represents the whole Roman, second leg of the Roman Empire. And America's the whore that sits on that beast, man. So that's talking about America, that's talking about NATO's so-called allies, man. NATO and the EU. Going on.
These shall hate the whore.
They're gonna hate the whore. I just said the whore represents America. The whore, going on.
Or even with the strikes they did, I saw it's like certain countries are saying we're not taking part, like Germany
they ain't down with
said
it,
they
man.
weren't taking part. I think Denmark, a couple other places like well, we're not part of it. Mainly France,
and
UK,
England.
US.
Yeah, because they know the consequences of them actions, man. Them stupid mistakes that you're making, it's gonna cost your ass in the end of the day, man. Because them other nations know, look, man, you do some stupid shit like that, and Russia's backing them, man. You're gonna be put in the line of fire when all hell breaks loose. Now they got World Cup coming up in a couple months. Who knows what's gonna happen over there? Because you're gonna have a whole conglomerate of nations over there in Russia, Mother Russia and all that.
That's hostage.
You know what I'm saying? They could do a Bane situation and, you know, control your city, Gotham, take control of your city, and blow up the fucking stadium and all that, man. Big fucking holders, sink holders, turn shit inside out, and a whole bunch of people die. That would be a good way to declare World War III.
Because the thing is as well, it's like, just like with this Skripal poisoning case, like these guys are meant to have got some ultimate death poison, and then these guys are on the way, they're recovering now.
Yeah.
So that's meant to have been Russia that done that, but then no evidence has been provided.
Yeah.
They're just saying, oh, it's Russia. We've got
Everything's
evidence.
Russia.
So then if they're gonna poison a bunch of fucking, God knows, some random Russians in the UK, then why would they not, they'll be like, okay, if it's in Russia, we can have covert groups go in, maybe take out certain athletes, certain prominent people that might be visiting. Because it's like, imagine for the Winter Olympics they had in South Korea, they had like Kim Jong-un's sister come down, like North Korean team was there and that. It's like, so they might get some prominent guests and then just start wigging them, man.
Yeah, man, all hell could break loose.
And then just be like, okay, no, this
that's going to be in the middle of the summer as well. So Lord willing, it'll be a hot summer, man. Like the Apostle was saying. The sun kicks off, more war, more that cauldron of pot of war just boils over to the point of no return. But this is a good start, man. This is beautiful. This is what the men of the Lord have been waiting for, man.
Delicious.
You know what I'm saying? This is what we've been praying and sighing and crying for, man. The demise of this wicked ass empire, Babylon the Great, aka America, man. The Lord's going to destroy this place very soon, man. You people out here, you're a bunch of sheeple, man. You're not going to stay sheeple until the missiles hit your asses, man. Going up. Read that Revelation 17 again.
Right, so Revelation 17 and verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore,
right,
and shall make her desolate and naked, right, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Yeah, they're gonna burn America with fire, man. Because America's doing things they're not supposed to be doing. Russia's already fought back, not fought back, but you know, gave their own comments. You know what I'm saying? No, you lot broke all kinds of international laws. You lot are a bunch of war criminals right now. Theresa May, you know, France, you know, and America, Trump, they're a bunch of war criminals on the loose right now, man. They broke all kinds of international laws. That's what Putin and Putin's spokesperson said. You know. So
where was the International Court of Law? Where was the UN Security Council? All these things.
And America always does that. They love going against the UN's councils, man, and just doing what they want to do. And it was them that set off that fucking chemical attack anyway. It was them, man, because they said all of a sudden they were just about to bring the evidence, but America couldn't wait. They just declared war and said, nah, fuck it. Obviously, because there was no evidence, that's why.
Like one day.
Because there was no evidence, that's why, man. They made it up. The international bankers orchestrated that fucking false flag attack, man. Them chemical attacks. That's all done, that's all orchestrated, man. It's called Order Abkeo. As I said, that shit's gonna backfire on these devils, man.
Same thing that happened in what? In Egypt, Libya, even Iraq back in the day. They'll say, we have guaranteed intel, they have weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
Then what? 10 years later, it's like look,
we have to
didn't have.
apologize.
It was just I received a memo from one of my aides,
Yeah.
and he said they have the weapons. So because someone wrote on a piece of paper they have the weapons, you're gonna go blow up a country. That's the same thing happening now. That's why everyone's gonna turn on America, man.
Yeah. The big bad wolf. They're gonna get their big asses, a big ass whooping, man.
I got something. Matthew 24:6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See ye be not troubled, for all these must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah, man, the Lord said all these things must come to pass. There's prophecies, man. There's things that he said that was going to happen before it happens. So he said not to be troubled for us, his little brothers, the men that are out here sighing and crying, the hopeful elect. He said for us not to worry, but these things have to happen, man. If we want to get the hell up out of here. If we want to be delivered in these last days, man. All hell has to break loose, and a lot of people have to die, man. Even 2/3 of his own people, man. So that's a lot of mass murder out here. Not even murder, mass death, shall I say. Righteous killings, man. The Lord's indignation.
It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
That's what you're seeing, the uproars of the nations, nation rising against nation, this one talking shit about this one. It's all trash talk. Like you got heavyweight boxers and all that. They do a lot of trash talking to sell the fight. That's what the Lord's got. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lord's got these so-called world leaders doing. These so-called superpowers. There's one a few days back, Trump was chatting shit saying, yeah, we got nice, smart missiles. You take your asses out, talking about Russia. Then Russia replied saying, oh, you want to destroy the evidence that was in Syria? They were trash talking. But that's that war trash talk. But ultimately, all the talking is going to stop. And it's going to be all out war, man. Isaiah 13, I forgot this.
Right, this is in 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 11. I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with the plagues as before, and will destroy all of the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it.
Yeah, man, leading up to World War III, there's going to be all kinds of plagues and pestilences the Lord's going to plague this place with, man. Just like he did ancient Egypt. That's how you know modern day Egypt is talking about America, because he said he's going to plague it again. That's the same place that we was cast away into by slave ships, man. And it tells you in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, we should go into Egypt again with ships. That's not talking about ancient Egypt. That's talking about modern day Egypt. Why? Because America replicates the same ancient customs of the ancient world, man. Those ancient kingdoms, especially Egypt, man. At the height of their kingdom and all that witchcraft and sodomy, man. That's what America's blessed under, man.
Pyramid on the dollar bill.
Yeah, pyramid on the dollar bill. All those obelisks, the Washerman Monument. You even got one over here in London, over there in the Embankment, with the Sphinxes and all that, man. It's all Egypt. It's all so-called Egyptology, man. It's all witchcraft, mysticism, worship. And the Lord's going to destroy this place, man. Let me finish this.
Verse 13. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation.
Yeah, man, those nuclear bombs, when they touch ground zero, man, and that wind comes through, man, that nuclear wind, Holocaust comes through, man, you people are pissed. You ain't got no chance, man. Like they tell you in WWE, you ain't got no chance in hell. You ain't got no chance, man. There ain't no recovery from that. You saw what happened to Sarah Connor. Her ass got blasted to hell and back on them fucking fences, man. Bare skin and bone. We'll get that as well. 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. Because this is the time we're in. We're in the time of war. This ain't a time of peace and love. The book says in Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, there's a time of peace and a time of hate, the time of war. The time of peace is going to come after this war, man. Because the Lord said all the nations are not going to learn the war no more. So that's when everything's going to be have so-called harmonious serenity and peace on the earth. After this devil gets taken down, man. No kind of.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 12. Isaiah chapter 13 and 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains.
What does a mountain represent? A great government, man. The great governments and the so-called superpowers on the earth. Mainly Russia, America, China, North Korea, all these different powers, man, that have got the nuclear capability to cause a nuclear holocaust on the planet. That's talking about them, man. That's the skirmishing and the murmurings that they're doing now. They're chatting shit to one another, trash talking, declaring strikes on one another, embargoes, tariff wars and all that, trade wars with China and America. That's all that's talking about the skirmishes in the mountains going on.
The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people.
Yeah.
A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
Yeah, tumultuous noise meaning an argument, an array of nations arguing with each other, man. They're ready to they're in battle mode basically. They're ready and waiting to get them their war machines and that war, them war strikes on, man. You know?
Can I just say, because I don't know, the guys over there, he's playing the bagpipes. It's funny because the bagpipes, that's what they play. It's like when you have like a police officer in America and the States get wigged, then you play like the bagpipes. So it's like Spirit, he's out here playing.
Scottish.
Yeah, Scottish. So it's like, hey man, that's that mass death that's gonna come from this war.
And they used to play them things when war's declared. They show you that in fucking
what's it called?
Braveheart and shit like that. When war's declared and all that, those are the kind of instruments they play, man. So we're in the midst of war. That's the spiritual that he's playing them, the bagpipes, man. And the original Scottish, the Jakes anyway.
They used to play it in a certain way to make it intimidate the oppressive side, man. They'll play in such a way that actually invoke fear, the way they played it, man.
That's it, man. That's the war drums that are being played right now, man. But the people, the sheep out here, they ain't dancing to this tune. They ain't dancing the tune of war that's coming upon the earth. They're still in La La Land, man.
The dance of war is gonna dance on them, man.
Yeah, they're dancing their foreheads, man.
It says, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai of hosts, mustereth the host of the battle.
Yeah, the Most High, the Lord of hosts, the Lord of the armies, man, Most High Yahweh, he mustereth the host of the battle, man. That's why these devils think they're going to do what they want to do, but the Lord said the king's heart's in the hand of the Lord. And he sway it whichever way he wants to, man. They ain't got no power over the hands of the Lord, man. The Most High moves them like puppets, like when he wants them to move, man. He's the puppet. The Most High's the puppet master, man. You do what he tells you to do, man. Even the so-called devils, man, they have to do what the Lord tells them to do. He just puts it in their spirit, yo, man, send that strike. And that's why Trump did it, because he put it into the mind of the international bankers. Now's the time to send them strikes, man. Get this war cracking, man, so I can judge y'all very sooner than you think. That's what's going to happen. That New World Order is going to get disannulled, man, with them nuclear missiles, man.
Verse 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven.
Right, what's that talking about? That's talking about the ICBM missiles, man. That's talking about nukes. I ain't talking about an arrow. I ain't never seen an arrow go from one place on the planet to another place on the planet, man. An arrow can't go that far, man. So what's that talking about? That's talking about nuclear capability, man. That's talking about nuclear strikes from one nation onto another. Can I read that again, huh?
They come from a far country, from the end of heaven. Even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation.
It's the Lord's weapons of his indignation, the righteous judgment of the Lord. As I said, the Lord's orchestrating this war, man. Going on.
To destroy the whole land.
Destroy what land? Babylon the Great, aka America, aka Egypt. And all the ancient wicked kingdoms of old, man. That's modern day America, man. Because they uphold the traditions of them wicked empires, man. All that witchcraft, all the LGBTQ, all the pedophilia. That's what America's about, man. It was birthed on wickedness, man. The whole American empire was birthed on wickedness by the innocent blood that they slain on that land, starting with the Native Americans and moving on to the Southern Kingdom with you Jakes, the so-called African Americans, man, who are really Israelites, man. You're not African, man. You're not Latino, Boricua and all that, man. You guys are Israelites, man. You need to get that in your thick heads. But only the elect's gonna get anyway. 2/3 of you're missile food, man.
How ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, is at hand.
The day of the Lord is at hand, man. Like, that's why we're out here, man. Because through the terror of the Lord,
you don't
we persuade men. Man, go hit the gym or something, man. Talking shit,
Look at him, man. You look like the guy from Spawn, man.
You know what I'm saying?
The violator. The violated.
Right, you already know he's got cases of paedophilia hidden away.
He's on bail, man.
Yeah, he's still on the run.
He's not allowed to go too far.
He's still on the run. That's why he's strolling with his hands in his
Man on bail.
Damn devil, man. You
He's not
devils ain't
allowed
gonna
within
escape.
50 meters of a
Devils ain't gonna escape your judgment.
primary school, man.
The law's got your number. You're all gonna get it.
That's right.
You know? Just like we had to get it, man. The law's not a respecter of persons. One part of the nation fucked up. We all had to suffer, man. So you Edomites, there's no escape for you. So you're the number one heathen on the planet. You're the number one base people on the earth. So the law's got a special punishment for you. Go on, man.
How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
He didn't say it's going to come in peace with flowers and dandelions and shit like that.